we go.
What's up, dude?
Sorry, I don't have the podcast angle for you today, but
No, that's all good. You got a microphone and a chair and like a setup, so that's all I can ask for.
yeah, I was
Some
gonna go
people
with the
just do
big
it
headphones
anywhere.
too.
Oh, nice.
No,
I've
man.
I've done podcasts from like the like a backyard, all these different like insane places. It's nice when people actually have setups.
Yeah,
No
dude,
fun.
I've the streaming that I do, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you do a podcast? You got a nice little setup for it." And I'm like, "No, I don't do a podcast, but now I can say I've done a podcast with my
Yeah.
setups."
Yeah. It has been podcast tested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you like what is it BIGO?
Yeah, BIGO Live.
So like do you
BIGO.
have like an account on there or something?
Yep. Yeah, you create an account and
Like do you want people to like follow that or I don't know.
yeah, I mean if there's anybody interested in checking out the app and coming to visit my live or anybody else is there.
Okay, so you
Um
just do it live. It's all like live streaming. How did you find out about this? I've never heard of this before. It feels like it's an app in like like it's only in Mandarin. Like if you told me like oh there's this live stream app called Bigo and I was like that's for people from China, right?
that's where the app was created in that area.
Okay, well it's
So,
very like Chinese developed.
oh, I'm
Um
calling you again, my beat. Yeah, I was trying to call you and stuff. I thought you could see me.
no,
But
no, I
yeah,
could see it all. But how do I search for you? Like
so you would download the app BIGO Live. You just look for,
okay, you can't do
I
it
don't know
from
if you
like
can
the
see my
website.
Dino.
I'm
You You can. It's just it's more complicated. Like the website isn't as nicely set up. But you could try searching for
search.
my,
There's no search.
yeah, I think the only thing you could possibly do is type in bigo.tv backslash or forward slash DYL pickle, dill pickle. And that might bring up my profile, but I'm not 100%
Oh,
sure.
and then I click on the profile. All right.
So yeah, you don't even see. Oh yeah, so this is my current profile picture, but I have other ones there that you can look at potentially. But we had a little birthday celebration event this morning, and that was my profile picture to kind of promote it.
Oh, that's so funny.
Um,
So, like, what do you do in your lives?
I just do this. I just sit here and talk to people.
Oh, that's sick, man. That's
it's
sick. I
it's
love
pretty
that.
awesome, honestly.
So, is like just people just like come like can do people request to be in your live and then they just sort of like take that in or
So have you been on TikTok? The
yeah.
TikTok lives?
I haven't done TikTok live, but I've seen them like
Okay.
here and there because they sprinkle them into the algorithmic feed, right, to get people to interested
Yeah.
in them.
Yeah, if you're scrolling,
Yeah.
you'll
You're gonna
definitely
hit a live
stumble
at
upon
some
it.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you're like, ah, shit, I clicked on it.
It's kind of the same thing as the TikTok lives. You just kind of it's the same setup. You can do these PKs, or I don't know what they call them on TikTok, but you can go up against another person, right? And then it's like your fans send you gifts, and their fans send them gifts, and whoever gets the most gifts during that 20-minute period or 5 minute, whatever you set it to, wins.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's like kind of the more exciting part of Bigo is the PKs and like the PKs are pretty fun. Like you get to meet some really awesome people, and then it's also set up in a way where like Bigo will give you a reward if you win the PK. So you can do
Oh.
those types of PKs as well, and make some extra beans, and extra beans means more money. So I'm taking advantage of those as much as possible.
Yeah, that's like what a crazy concept to think about though, right? Like who 10 years ago if I had told you that you could go on the internet and live maybe 20 years ago, I guess you should say. You could live stream yourself on the internet and then you make money from that just by talking to people. You'd be like, "What? Like how?" That's just
Yeah, why do people
how?
just
What?
put money on the app and give it to you? What?
Yeah.
But it's
That's just
crazy.
sharing of
It
currency. Like for
yeah.
what?
Yeah,
But it's like
exactly.
you are like providing like if you're like what's the average like length of like a live?
So for live streaming, it can be whatever you feel is best for you and your content, right? So for
Hmm.
me, just sitting and talking, I can do that forever, right? It
Right.
doesn't really take a lot of energy. So I could do like a 6 hour stream, 8 hour stream, 12 hour stream, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but if you're like singing or like I'm thinking of BIGO specifically, like there's a lot of people who sing or play instruments
That's
or
tough.
yeah, it gets and dancing, right? Like
Oh my
that's a lot of
God.
energy, right?
Dancing to
So
be a dancing. That's why people do the NPC one. Where they just, have you
have
seen that? The NPC lives? They just pretend to be an NPC. You've never seen
Oh
this?
yeah, I've seen a few things like that. I've like
Dude.
the most recent one was Spider-Man.
Yeah,
What?
Spider-Man. But Pinky
Yeah.
Doll was the one that was like crushing it. She was this girl from Montreal, and she would do these lives where she would pretend to be an NPC. And she did the craziest thing. She would have like I think it's called like a flat iron. It's like what girls use to like either straighten their hair or whatever. And she would be holding one of those, and she would just keep picking up popcorn kernels. And so she'd be, as she's pretending to be an NPC, she's squeezing this popcorn kernel between this flat iron, and it would just randomly pop. It would just go pop. And I don't know why, but it just added this like extra layer of like chaos to it, an otherwise like mundane watch, like if you just scrolled across it, you're like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
Yeah.
what is this? And she made bank from those lives because the people just
Really?
keep giving her gifts on TikTok. They just keep giving her little gifts or
Oh,
whatever.
okay. So it was on TikTok Live. That's where I was gonna
Yeah.
ask.
And which is interesting too, because like you can't make money on TikTok in Canada. There's no creator fund. So like even if you had like 1 million followers and like all these views, it's like you're not actually making money on the viewership, on the ads that are being shown. You'd have to make
That's
money
crazy.
through either affiliate marketing or sponsorship or something like that.
That's wild.
Uh,
Why I wonder why Canada? Why isn't Canada
it's Canada and like
same as
Australia,
here?
I think, don't have like it's very random. It's only like the US and the UK that have like a partner program. And like there's people in the US that like that they live off of that money. Like
Oh
that's,
yeah. They make huge
they
money.
make
Yeah.
crazy money. You look at
Yeah.
somebody like well, this is away from TikTok, but like a Kai Cenat who just like records himself all day in his basement, chatting and bought him his mom a mansion off of
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like what the hell, man? That's
Yeah.
so
His content is I've been observing to see if I can figure out what it is that makes people want to watch him, but I think it's just his like over exaggerated excitement about things,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
for sure. You're like if you're having a bad day, you watch someone be super excited about something, you kind of smile a little bit.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yo, he
Like he
talks about his first clip that got his attention or people's attention, right? Where he saw a
yeah,
mouse in his basement. He's just like freaking out. And so he just kind of took that and ran with it, right? So it's
so
crazy what can
insane.
work.
Yeah, yeah, it's so insane. You're the one word that you wanted to do, well, was hyphenated, so we counted as one word, was self-improvement. What was it about self-improvement that made you want that word?
I was like, man, this is so tough because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't even
you're
know where
not
to
the only one.
begin.
Everyone's like, what the fuck? What do I say?
Can you just give me a word and we'll
Yeah,
go
yeah,
from
yeah.
there?
We'll go off of how I feel on it.
But no, self-improvement is just always something I'm working on. Just trying to be a better me every day. You know, I don't want to keep making the same mistakes over and over again. So learning from my mistakes and just continuing to move forward, but always being better than I
Hmm.
was yesterday, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, self-improvement is such an interesting thing too, because there's like general sort of pillars of life that you're always wanting to improve, but then there's also like personal things that you want to improve. Whether it's like I want to get better at this specific thing,
Hmm.
or I don't like this part of my thought process.
Yes, yeah,
Like
that's a
like
big one
from
for me.
for me, I need to get better at like some of the main pillars, like eating healthy, going to the
Yeah, that one.
gym,
Yeah,
getting good sleep, you know, socializing. Those
yeah.
four pillars right there. But like
We're in the same boat.
shocked myself because I'd been smoking cigarettes forever, and then I switched to vaping.
Okay.
And I just was like, this is at the end of 2023. I was saying like, I'm not gonna smoke at all through all of 2024. New Year's resolution. Let's do it. And I did it, and it's like it was
Oh, nice.
it's crazy because you and I'm still doing it. Like I'm not smoking at all, but
Good
like
for you.
it literally came down to I remember like I wanted to get like a pack of cigarettes. And there's this thought process with an addiction that pops up. And I wouldn't call it even an addiction. I would just say I was addicted to that substance because it's not like I had like a an addiction to the pattern. It was like it was purely like my body's craving nicotine. And so I want more
Yeah.
nicotine. And the only
Yeah.
way to not want more nicotine, it sounds funny, is to not give yourself nicotine. And so, like in the middle of a snowstorm, I had to get like a pack of smokes, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna trek over there." And my girlfriend was like, "Why?" Like, and that like kind of like logic overriding the addict voice of I gotta get the thing made me go, yeah, why? Like, what the fuck? Like, why am I doing that to myself? Why am I going through a snowstorm to go get another pack of cigarettes when I could just not? I could just
Yeah.
stay here in my nice warm apartment and like my feet will
Yeah.
be dry. Like, what the fuck?
Because I'm gonna have to stand
Yeah.
outside to have this cigarette too, which is gonna be
Yeah. And yeah, I'm just
brutal.
gonna be shaking outside. My
Yeah.
hands are frozen. So it's like, what the? It just made no sense. And I think that's what you have to do almost is you have to look at like actions that about yourself or things you do that you don't like and look at them like they're irrational. Because then there's the logical part of your brain that goes, well, then let's stop doing that. You know,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think there's like, at least for me, there's that kind of like overriding of
Yeah.
like, because it's a
Everyone's a little different.
pull. It's a pull though. Like, I don't know about for you, but like, even something as simple as like Coca-Cola. I'm like, I think that would drink way too much. And maybe it was like a can a day or something. And I'm like, that's too
Okay.
much. I gotta
Yeah.
stop. And so I just applied the same logic of cigarettes to that. Just if the urge arises to have one, just tell yourself no. And then and it literally stopped it too, dead in its tracks. It's like,
Dude, that's
oh
so
wow.
funny that you say that.
Yeah.
One of the big people in my life that has like just redirected my way of thinking and all that whole like I want to be a better person than I was yesterday kind of thing. Do you remember Richard
Yeah.
from I think you went to high school with him or public school?
Yeah, yeah, I went to elementary school with him, yeah.
Yeah. So you
And
remember
and
that
then a little bit
family.
of high school too.
Yeah. So his father, Terry, became a very good friend of mine, and we had conversations all the time. And that was one thing that he always said. Like for me, my addiction was thinking. It's still
Mm.
like I still
Wow.
fight it. It's so hard. But he always just said, like when you feel it coming up, just say no. Just no. Nice and easy. That's it. And just move along, So
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny that you say that. And even with addiction, he Terry is the one that introduced me to Jordan Peterson. And I watched a short clip about Jordan Peterson where he was talking about addiction. And he said one of the biggest things that people can do to override addiction is also finding a replacement for the addiction, right? So you
Yeah,
move from that addiction to hopefully something that's better, like working out or
totally.
putting working. You can the just
Yeah.
putting your energy into working rather than smoking the cigarette, feeling like shit, and then trying to
Well,
rebuild up your dopamine.
exactly. And then the other thing is if you think about everything you do as time spent. So
Yeah, yeah.
time not spent overthinking, going to get cigarettes, smoking the cigarettes is better spent in other places. Calling a loved one, cleaning the house, like getting ready for the next day, working on a
Mhm.
passion project. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many other things that are so much more beneficial than slowly killing yourself with these other
Yeah,
things. Like, it's
exactly.
like you're robbing your time and you're robbing your life. It's like, cut that shit out.
Yeah.
It's,
And as we get older, time just seems to be moving faster, which
oh
means we're getting
yeah.
closer to death even faster. And it's like,
There
smarten
goes the
up. It's
overthinking.
like 30, I swear it's like 30 hit. And I'm like, okay. All right, time's moving pretty fast, and
You're
now
like,
I turned 33 today, and I'm like, holy shit, time
yeah.
is moving way too fast right now. And like, dude, I can't even believe it's March. I've been like, I think about BIGO all the time. That's my life,
Yeah.
right? That's my new addiction, but at least my that addiction brings me money,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
It's a good thing when that happens.
yeah, exactly. But
That's
I've
kind of
almost
what
been
you
on there for
want.
3 years. It's
Damn,
crazy.
man. So you were on there for 3 years, and like, when did you see that first like bit of money?
It took about 4 months because the way that it works
Oh,
there
cool.
is, yeah. So I mean, I think I got my first paycheck after 2 months, which was $100,
No.
but you have to receive 10,000 beans during the month to to get that $100. So like
Yeah.
me as a new streamer, a male as well, I will say it's a little bit harder on this
No
app if you're
doubt.
a
Yeah.
male,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there's like all sorts of ways to make money on Bigo, and I latched onto this one way, which is like just reinvesting your money in a smart way, and you just reinvest. Or I just reinvested that $100. It turned, and then I got to 20K the next month, which got me $200, and then I got to
Yeah.
30K, which got me $300, and then I got all the way up to 100K, and I was getting that gets you $1,000, right? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like every month I'm accumulating money and just reinvesting, and then but like I ended up taking a break for 6 months, and at like before I took the break, I had like just over $1,000 saved up. Like I was streamed for 6 months, got that $1,000, took a break due to relationship stuff, and then I came back to the app and I was offered this huge opportunity to hit even bigger tiers and make even more money.
Wow.
And it was in the same way that I was doing it before. And so, but before I was running the business group, and now I'm just a part of this business group, and I just have to basically do as I'm told instead of telling people, which is the most stressful thing because
Yeah.
if people don't show up to the events
Yeah.
send, then you're like, well, we just missed out on this opportunity to make money, right? And so
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was stressful, and we're all over the world, right? So it's like all we have is phone calls. I can't go knock on your door or anything to like
Yeah. Yeah.
drag you to the
Yeah.
phone and stuff.
You have to
But
like get them in and get them clicking, get them watching.
yeah, and so I ended up like I have a combination of business, and then people just like to come and hang out with me, and if they have some extra money, then they'll just recharge and send me some extra gifts. And so um I've got, a nice little thing going on for me over there, which is really nice because I love streaming. It's really
Yeah.
hard to game stream with the way my eyesight is now. Like the games now are like so high in detail. It's like I can't see it all.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
new COD, it's like, man, I'm dying from things that I shouldn't be. So I
Yeah.
just so, but at
Yeah.
least I have
Yeah.
this where I can sit and chat, and like people, that's kind of like what the app is geared towards, is like chatting or the music, like, or the talented people where they're singing or dancing or playing instruments. So.
Right, right. But people like oh yeah, we skipped right over that. But let's say like an average like length of your stream time.
Oh yeah, sorry, we got
Yeah,
sidetracked.
yeah, yeah. That's okay.
So
I
I
brought it
spent
back.
I'll stream like when I first started, it was like 6 to 8 hours at a time because you have to stream a lot to get fans. And now I'm at a point where like I have a good amount of fans coming through, but I also like to go and hang out at other people's streams, like
Mm.
for networking, but also like, it's tough out there when you're sitting by yourself. So like I go and try and hang out with people that are like newer to the app to help them become more comfortable and hopefully, not be bored because it takes time and a lot of people are impatient. So at least I can go and try and help them in that way. So I like lately I'll stream for like a couple hours and then I'll go spend like 3 or 4 hours hanging out in other people's streams.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, and they have a nice setup. Like it's like a panel setup. So there's all these boxes, and then there's the host box, and then there's the guest boxes, and so people can hop up and you can chat with them.
Yeah.
So I'll hop on like some panels that are quite busier, and it's a nice way of networking and meeting new people. And that's honestly is something that you should always be doing as a
Yeah, that's
streamer.
cool. And
So.
like, so is topic of conversation with people just wide open, or is there more centered topics like oh, this is a political like, one, or this is one is just about like anime or.
Yeah, I think the panels that I hang out on are just wide open. Like whatever the topic is, we're gonna talk about it. Like, yesterday we were talking about transgender stuff, and like the day before we were talking about like a lot of the time it's just like about like people's for me in my streams, it's about people's lives, and like what they're gonna be doing coming up and stuff like that. But when I'm hanging out at other people's streams, it's quite random
Mm.
what we can be talking about. It can change topics so fast, and we'll come
Yeah,
just like you did there. We'll come back to what we were originally talking about. So
that's awesome, man.
yeah, it's fun. It's very busy, all sorts of different type of people on there. So
Have you like experimented at all with like other, you mentioned TikTok, but like other streaming platforms like Twitch, or is that more game focused where this one sort of allows, like, I'm just curious as to what it is about this particular platform. You said it's easier to like accumulate the money and whatever, but
yeah, like
um,
for BIGO, you can start making money like right away. Where Twitch or Kick, which is the new one, you have to build up a following and build up a group, consistent viewership and stuff like that. So that's why I'm more geared towards BIGO because it's just easier for me to make money right now. But I'm
mhm.
also so like I'll stream on BIGO, but I'll be streaming on Kick at the same time. And I'm choosing Kick because it's on the more newer side, and if you can get yourself KCIP, which is their like partnership program, you get paid hourly on Kick, where on Twitch you only get paid per sub. So it's even you have to work even harder to
Oh,
get money. So
wow.
and I don't know how long Kick is going to have that, so I want to try and get on there if I can before they take it away because paying people hourly to stream is crazy. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but the
Because
owner
you're
of
like,
Kick
I'll
is quite
just
rich, so
do that right through.
yeah, man, it's honestly that's the one website. Like, if you don't like Bigo, then I'll tell you to go to Kick, because
Yeah, yeah.
there's great opportunities there. They're both like Bigo is like, if you have a like there's most personalities are going to fit on Bigo, and Kick is similar in that way, but oh man, I lost my train of thought. All right,
Okay.
let's move on.
Yeah, with like, do you what happens after these lives? Like, do you get that video? Can you re-upload that to like YouTube or as a podcast?
No, yeah. So that's the big problem with Bigo is it doesn't record your streams for you. Like they record it
Uh,
on the back end in case there's
sure.
any kind of like,
Illegal
uh,
activity or whatever.
yeah, like if
Uh,
somebody reports you, then they can go check. But it's not like Kick or Twitch where you can have your VODs and then take your VODs and put them elsewhere. So,
yeah.
um, but because I am streaming on Kick at the same time, I am technically, and I've got my phone mirrored on my computer screen,
Oh yeah, I was
so
gonna say,
I just capture that, so I am technically recording it, but it's if anything, it's just for the gifts that come through because some people send
right.
some awesome like the animations of gifts on Bigo is another thing that I really like they go all out.
That's
And
great.
yeah. So on Twitch and Kick, you don't find that unless like the person puts a lot of time and money into special animations for subscriptions and stuff like that. So
The subscription model I hate so much what
I
it's
know.
done to video games.
Yeah, yeah,
Mostly
man.
video games. Like it's I miss just being able to like dust off the cartridge, stick that in, or pop the disc out of the case and then play it. Now I like start up a PlayStation and it's like 3 hour update. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't have 3 hours. I have right
Yeah.
now. I want to play right this second.
Yeah. And then it's also asking you to make more space to fit this update too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like,
yeah. It's like now I gotta buy an external hard drive
yeah.
for my gaming. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, it's so crazy. Yeah. I wish, the CDs were still a thing. Like, I still will go and buy the discs if I can, right? It's like
Hmm.
I think the last one that I bought was Overwatch.
I always
Or
buy the disc.
yeah.
I've
Yeah,
mentioned
you
this
you still go,
before.
eh?
I'm so mad. So my like original Sony account, like the one that I had when I had a PS3, all the way into getting a PS4, I had downloaded like a bunch of games too because I had the whatever it was called, like the PlayStation Plus account where they give you like a free game or two free games or something like every month. And sometimes
Okay,
they're
yeah.
like pretty good. Sometimes they're like $80 new games and you're like, "Okay, cool, bet." And you just download it. And it's under the impression that you're going to keep paying this $100 a year for the plus so that you could play online and then
Yeah.
they toss you a bone of two games, right? Well, all of these games are saved in the cloud. My account gets hacked and I get signed out of it. And I try messaging PlayStation to like get a password reset, and they go, "Your email's been changed." And I was like, "I'm trying to tell you guys that like someone just
Oh
hacked my
no.
account." And they go, "Do you have an email from us?" And I was like, "Why would I have an email from you?" Like, I don't have any emails from you. They're like, "Oh, well, then we can't validate your account. Sorry." So I just lost so many games, saves, achievements, everything.
Yeah, yeah, dude,
And
that's
so after that,
annoying.
I'm like, no, I'm always gonna buy the disc, the physical disc. Because then if that happens again, I could just put it into the new PlayStation or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I was rocking discs for a while. I got Doom Eternal and I still watch DVDs and stuff. Like
Yeah.
Richard would come over and hang out and we would watch movies. And I remember the way I would play the movies and obviously play the games was my Xbox. And it was not that old but I guess I used it too much and the disc tray stopped working. Like it
Oh
wouldn't like
no.
put the disc in and it would like automatically spit it out at me. It was like, no. So I had to like get buy a whole new Xbox. Just and trying to find an Xbox with the disc tray is not that easy.
Oh no, it's crazy. Even
No
just a
one wants it.
computer. There's no computers anymore with the disc tray.
I'm
Like
lucky
good
to have
fucking
mine. Yeah.
luck. I had to
We don't need
buy, I
these.
had to buy a fucking DVD like extender thing that plugs into a
Okay.
USB that I can put DVDs in.
No way.
Like what the fuck? Like
Dude, I'm
why?
making sure my computer always has one. That's why I like making my own computers. So it's
Oh yeah, yeah,
the
that's
hard thing might be finding like a disk tray kind of type thing, but I mean,
and then getting it to
Amazon. So
work.
yeah, that's true.
That
Does the
mechanical
motherboard have the ports for it
yeah,
is the
yeah, yeah.
question. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
You're right. I might have to get an external one too and paid probably way too much for it because they're hard to get.
You could maybe, yeah, I was gonna say Amazon probably would be the best place for that.
Yeah. No, I always go to Amazon for sure, dude. For everything. I love
Is that
it.
I think the are you still in the same place? Like apartment that I was
Um,
at last time? Can't
was that the
remember.
one where you had to climb all the stairs?
I think so.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. You're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
still climb stairs.
that was yeah, when my father passed away.
Yeah, I think we
That's right.
recorded a podcast though, like for my first podcast. Remember we
Oh,
recorded something?
dude, I remember getting real hot.
We got I haven't even applied any context to this podcast, by the way, for people listening. They have no idea. I've known Dylan Myatt here since I was 7, probably.
Dude, I'm pretty sure it was like 4. Like my
Something, maybe.
parent,
Yeah.
my mom was friends with your mom before we were born, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So it was just it was an arranged friendship.
Yeah, exactly. And it worked out
And it
great.
worked out. Yeah, yeah. We're like, okay, yeah, cool. We're good. We're chill.
Dude, man, so many memories. But do you have that recording still?
No, I don't know what the hell happened to it. Like I have to like I've transported so many computers so many times because of issues. So I have this like external hard drive that has like 3 computers on it because I've had to back up the whole computer. So I have to like Inception style dig into this,
Yeah, dude,
how
that might
many
be
years
difficult.
back do I have to look for this thing? And then my recent computer just crapped out on me. I was like, what the fuck? Like it's
Dude,
just
what's going on? Are you
so much.
buying pre-builds or what?
I overload them is the problem. It's like I'm buying pre-builds number one, and then I will have like Photoshop open and like 15 tabs, and the computer just
Oh
sounds like
man.
a rocket ship about to take off.
Yeah, dude, I know that
It's just
feeling. Yeah, especially with freaking Windows these days, it seems to be overusing the computer a lot. But
I hate
man,
Windows 11.
you gotta make your own computer, dude. I've done it. And if I can do it, you can do it. You know?
I should do that actually. I have like the work is crazy. They have like all the time if they're getting rid of like equipment, they'll do like a lottery basically. They'll say, "Hey, everybody that works here, we're getting rid of this monitor, this computer, this whatever. We're updating with new ones. If you want to be put in a hat for it, say yes to this, like whatever." And then they'll just
Okay.
randomly pick people and just say, "Here, give them the thing." So I got like a new computer. Like it's like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just
Wow. Okay.
they were getting rid of it and they just wanted something else. And so I was just sitting there, but it's the perfect like rip this thing apart and add like a graphics card and add like a
Okay.
it's one of those type of computers.
You definitely should, man.
It's like an empty Dell.
Dude, I have some computer parts I could give you even
Oh, it's
too.
an
Like,
Acer, sorry.
okay. I mean, Acer's not terrible,
No, I had
but
an Acer laptop that was pretty good.
yeah. Yeah, that's most laptops that I've had growing up are Acer. Like my dad had
Laptops now
Acer
are
too.
garbage.
Really?
I tried to find a good laptop. I could not. Nothing under like 800 bucks. Everything that's under like seven, $800, it has like 4 gigabytes of RAM, 8 gigabytes of RAM. I'm like, you can't do it. I can't even open Photoshop
Yeah,
on four
nowadays, right?
gigabytes of RAM. It'll just be like, no, we can't do that. Like, I don't know who is building these computers with 4 gigabytes of RAM and then charging you $500. That's psychotic.
Yeah, man. No, you just build your own,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah. I think
You
build
just
your
get
own
the
is the way to
parts.
go.
Yeah. Like man, like the here in the city that we grew up in, they've got a computer shop that I go to and they helped me build my first one. And then I've just been buying new parts here and there. Like I bought a new motherboard and a new graphics card and like soon I'll be buying probably an 8 hard drive or a SSD because I'm running out of space, especially with these games. Like
Yeah, the games are too much. The game is
dude.
like, it's gonna say 1 terabyte one day. GTA 6, go you download
Yeah,
GTA 6, it's gonna be like
probably. Yeah.
a terabyte. You're like, a what for one game?
Dude, not and they'll probably be saying, "Oh yeah, you need to upgrade your
Yeah.
computer as well,
Oh
please."
yeah, yeah. You can't be running no Acer with this. You kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite games lately to play is I downloaded like GTA 5 on Steam and
Okay.
I there's a mod called LSPDFR and it just basically modifies the game so that you are the police. So it's
Okay.
it's
Nice.
GTA in God mode. Like nobody is touching you.
That's
You are the
awesome.
police, but it's hilarious because you can like pull people over and like take their IDs and like run their plates. Like you do the whole
Dude.
thing. They didn't spare anything. It's amazing.
So I've been watching Twitch for a long ass time, and a few streamers that I would watch, like Summit1G or Moon_OW, they would get on these GTA 5 role playing servers.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. It's
Dude, and
insane.
they are so fucking funny, man. Especially like Moon and like when the
Yeah.
shit he gets up to. He doesn't go on there anymore, but when he was on there, he like every day, 12 hours a day, he's just out there being a goof. And he was a police officer that sounded like Duke Nukem.
That's
And
so funny.
it was so
There was one guy I
funny.
would see on TikTok all the time that would literally like be dressed like he was sitting in a cop car. And and when he turned on his lights in the game, like red and blue would go off in the room. And I was like, man, this guy is like done this to a T. He's taken
Yeah,
this to
he's
like the
going
next
all out.
level. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
spending money on a set for me to
It's a-
play this modified Grand Theft Auto game.
yeah.
That could get banned like the next week. Like they have to give like new updates all the time because Rockstar just keeps patching it so that you can't do this. And I'm like, if Rockstar was smart, they would just let the mods fly because people are playing the game. Like, who cares?
I feel like recently Rockstar hired a bunch of these guys that were making the role-playing servers
Oh,
to
really?
actually like do what they're doing and then also help them with GTA 6 and that shit. Because
That's
man,
cool.
the guys who were doing the role-playing servers were way better than the guys at actual like Rockstar.
Yeah.
And so it
Because think
was
about how
might
creative
as
you have to
well.
be to do that, you know?
Dude, yeah, and just like understand coding at a different level. Like the stuff that they made happen that like GTA probably wanted to make happen, or Rockstar wanted to
Yeah.
make happen. It was crazy, man.
So true. Just like at a coding level, you're right. A coding level alone is like very impressive.
Yeah,
Like when
dude.
you think like if you see this like the police one that they did, it's impressive. You can pull up a phone and like call in dogs. You can call in a helicopter. You can call in
Oh,
backup,
dang, that
different
sounds
levels of
cool.
backup. Like there's a whole like CB radio where you pick up on frequencies and it'll be like, oh, there's a robbery on this place at this convenience store, and you can accept it or decline it. And then once you accept it, it'll be like it'll start telling the other cops like, okay, this cruiser is in pursuit of that whatever. It's insane. Like the insane the amount
Wow.
of coding that it would have take because you would have to like I guess change you would have to manipulate the game so that the game thought that that robbery was like a mission, you know?
Oh
In order
yeah, yeah,
for it
that
to
makes sense.
create like the waypoint from you to that thing, you'd almost have to
Hmm.
like trick the coding that this is like a type of mission. And so like copy that over, but just
Dude,
like
it's oh.
it's so complex, it's so
Yeah,
layered.
it's like,
It would take
man,
me
my
like
brain cannot
5 years
compute.
to just do that.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, do you stream this on Twitch or what?
yeah. Like I mean, I've never done it on Twitch before, mainly because I couldn't figure out how, what's it, OBS works.
Okay.
I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, no,
I'm
enough.
an OBS master,
I'm just
man.
gonna do my podcast.
Dude, it's a lot easier now to
Yeah.
set it up. So, man, I'd be happy to set it up and come hang out and watch you play that.
Yeah. Jump on the Twitch
It's
stream as I play the cop game.
I will recommend Kick over Twitch because
Yeah.
money, money, money. But you
I'll
might, I
see. I'll
don't
see
know.
because I've been working on a project recently with it's called Scary Stories Forever. So it's like I saw this guy making this he called it brain rot content, and it is brain rot content where
Okay.
it's like a screen recording of someone playing like Minecraft, and then he uses ChatGPT to write like a scary story. Then he uses another AI voice to like dub over top of this Minecraft thing. And I
Yep,
was like,
I've seen these
that's
setups.
like the bare minimum. But I said to myself as like a challenge, like I bet I could make that on my phone in literally like 2 minutes. That's how easy this video is that this guy just made. Like I like reproducing things like that when I see something and I go, that's a really good idea. Let me see if I can reproduce that. So
Yeah, and make it your own type
yeah,
thing.
but it started like that. And then I started like talking to ChatGPT about these like different scary stories and coming up with more of like a larger concept and like it's centered around like a village where all this like paranormal stuff happens. And
Okay.
it like was like responding and giving like great ideas, and I was kind of going back and forth. I ended up like buying the pro version of ChatGPT because they just released a new like image generation. So I can get the ChatGPT now knows the mythos of my stories. It
Okay.
knows all of the characters that I've given it. It knows all of the previous stories. And so I can just go into it and say, "Hey, in this story, I want the werewolves to fight Frankenstein." And do it in
And it'll
five,
know what you're
and
talking
it'll
about.
know what I'm talking about, and it'll go, "Yep, sure." And it'll
Wow.
pick up like in the story from the other ones so that like when you're listening to this, you're like, "Oh, this is like an intertwined like universe that's happening here." And then I get it to give me AI image prompts for every single sentence. And so I can then plug those image prompts back into ChatGPT and it generates the craziest images you've ever seen. Like they're because there's already this like it's called uncanny valley. There's this uncanny valley feeling when you look at like an AI image of a human. Like you know that it's not real, but it looks familiar. But there's this like uneasiness in your chest sort of when you look at it. You're kind of just like, "Oh, that's
Okay.
weird." Like when you see an AI image of a human, you kind of go like, "Oh, that's creepy." Like
Yeah, yeah, you're
I don't know if
right.
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And
yeah. Okay.
that to me is what horror is. It's that feeling of like uneasiness, like, oh, I don't know. Oh, I feel like,
Okay.
nervous. So the AI images play right into like a scary story retelling. So that I took this like brain rot idea and I just applied so much of like creative direction in terms of like a real story, and then I edit the photos and videos in a way. Should pull it up because it
Awesome.
gives you like a better idea.
No, dude, that sounds sick. And it's dope that you're using AI to your advantage here because it can do
Dude, my
a lot
advantage is
for you.
like crazy.
Dude, this is what AI is gonna do for a lot of people, just make everything a little simpler and actually like take your ideas and create it quite
Well, and get rid
well.
of roadblocks, man. Like back in the day, if I wanted to make this, I would have had to have a team of people around me. And now, like, so a deal with the devil is like sort of the origin story. That's why it's pinned, because it's like this justifies the fact that there's so many monsters in this area.
Okay.
It's like it explains like sort of like the history. And then there's just like all of these different like
Dang, and they made these?
yeah, dude.
Dude. Oh
They're
my God, these are sick.
crazy. I had to make some of the text on some of them. Like early on, early ChatGPT, the text wasn't good. It was mess up the text. It would like squish stuff
Yeah,
together.
I've heard the same thing from somebody who helps me make like flyers and stuff for BIGO. The
But
text is annoying.
the pro one, it's been like really good. Like I haven't had a single issue.
Oh, really?
The
So maybe he
text
just needs to get the
Yeah,
camera.
they just updated it, and so it's like pretty good. But yeah, you can see I just have sort of images like moving in, and there's like smoke added, and just making it kind of like a creepier atmosphere.
Yo, this is
Yeah.
sick. So how many have you made?
I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12,
Uh, if I can do math,
23.
12. Okay.
Yeah,
And when did you start this?
like a couple weeks ago,
Oh, dang.
like maybe
Okay.
like a month ago.
Can we watch
I
this?
Yeah, sure. I wonder, hold on, let me reshare with sound. I'll share the one that has the most views because that makes the most sense.
How many views is that?
It's almost at 12,000, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it just made? Okay.
Yeah, so I was going off of like classic monsters. So you got werewolf, witch, Bigfoot, vampire, an AI that takes over the town, a mummy, a black lagoon type creature. And then
Okay.
I thought of this guy, the Mad Doctor, and it was sort of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type situation. Except uh I wanted him to like pull the evil out of his mind, but then it just kind of manifests into a character rather than like it be himself that changes.
Okay.
And then it took off. It did really well. So
Welcome to
Nice.
Scary Stories Forever, where nightmares take shape and the shadows whisper your name. Tonight, we tell the
is it frozen?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Hold on.
well
That voice is nice. It's a
Yeah.
pretty good voice to have.
where nightmares take shape and the shadows whisper your name. Tonight,
Oh,
we
I
tell the
don't know if
tale
it's
of the
gonna.
Mad Doctor of Black Hollow. Dr. Victor Harrow was obsessed with eradicating evil. He believed malevolence was a disease, one that could be extracted and destroyed. His research led him to a daring experiment, one that would cleanse humanity of its darkest impulses. In the cursed village of Black Hollow, science
I don't know why it keeps. I think
Freezing?
that
That's okay.
I think TikTok's website is not as good as their app, and that's probably why it's not like optimized for playing a video on there. But
Okay.
I also have it on YouTube, so just
Oh, perfect.
that'll
To be
be
honest, I like YouTube shorts better than TikTok.
yeah, yeah, I feel you.
It's just I don't know. At least like the videos that they give me on YouTube are much better.
Yeah, like
Like
the
going
algorithm I think
behind.
is like really good on that. The algorithm on YouTube I find is way better than TikTok. TikTok will show me some stuff where I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like,
What?
why? Why am I getting this?
Yeah.
All right, take two, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Did I share again without sound? This is going to be a disaster to edit.
Yeah.
Optimize for video sharing. Yeah, why not?
The tale of the mad doctor of Black Hollow.
There we go.
Dr.
That's
Victor Harrow was obsessed with eradicating evil. He believed malevolence was a disease, one that could be extracted and destroyed. His research led him to a daring experiment, one that would cleanse humanity of its darkest impulses. In the cursed village of Black Hollow, science and superstition were never far apart. Deep in his secluded lab, lit by flickering gas lamps, Victor prepared the final test. His machine, an eerie web of wires, needles, and orbs, would siphon the darkness from his own mind. Securing himself in the chair, he activated the device. Agony erupted in his skull. Fire coursed through his veins as something wrenched free. The room darkened, the air thickened, then silence. Victor awoke, slumped over, his breath ragged. He felt lighter. Had he done it? A guttural laugh answered. A figure stood in the corner, his exact silhouette but warped. Its skin was an ink-black mass, writhing like living shadow. Its eyes burned red. "You pulled me out. But where do you think I'll go now?" it rasped. Victor scrambled backward, knocking over instruments. This thing was him, his worst self, now free. The shadow lunged, clawed hands wrapping around Victor's throat. He gasped, struggling against its terrible strength. It whispered horrors, Black Hollow's buried secrets, the failed experiments of those before him. With a final effort, Victor seized a scalpel and slashed. The creature recoiled, snarling. He staggered to the machine, frantically adjusting dials. Sparks erupted, the device roaring back to life. The lab trembled, walls cracking as an unseen force dragged at the dark entity. It screamed, fighting its own destruction. The machine overloaded. Darkness. Victor awoke to ruins. Smoke curled from the wreckage. He felt his chest, his heart still beat. He was alive. But when he looked in the mirror, his breath hitched. His reflection smiled, though he had not. Victor touched his face. His lips did not move, yet the reflection grinned wider. A whisper slithered into his ear, a voice not his own.
"You let me out once, Doctor, and I will find my way out again."
And in Black Hollow, evil was never truly buried. Welcome.
Yeah.
Dang,
So they're these like
dude.
3 minute like stories basically. Some of them are 2 minutes, but 2 to 3 minutes is usually the length of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome, dude. I want to pick your brain about the analytics
oh yeah,
for
yeah.
your videos, but we could do that another time. That's awesome. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
12K. When did you post that?
Um, that one was probably like a week and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's brought the most amount of people to the page, and it actually inspired something in me with that I was like, oh damn, that's because I kept thinking like I'm doing this just because it's like fun to do, and people are liking the story, so that's encouraging me to go deeper down
Yeah.
this like path of whatever. But someone said if this was a book or a series of books, I would get it for sure. And I was like, oh, there's how we make money. I'll literally just produce the stories as books and have a QR code or something that scans and goes to the video even. So it draws people back to the video if they want to like a read along as they go through the book. But it's the same
Yeah.
images on every page.
That was one of
Yes.
the thoughts that
Still.
swung into my brain was like,
Yeah,
man,
right.
you should
Immediately.
just make a book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because
You should write a book.
and if you were to do an audio book, you'd use that voice. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah, 1,000%. And the best part about that voice is it's AI, so I don't have any complaining. I just give him the text and he
yeah.
does it.
Yeah. And no copyright. They
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
they don't care. We're good.
Shit is crazy.
Dude,
Um,
that's awesome that you can put that the way the pictures were and then the different animations that you had throughout. I thought it was great. And that was all AI that did.
well, no, so the AI is purely the photos the voiceover, and the story.
Okay, so you're doing like the
So
shakes
I'm
and
doing
the
the
flashing lights.
shakes, the moving,
Okay.
the effects,
Okay.
the changing of the voices. Like in one of the stories, I have
Oh,
like there's dialogue scenes. So there's different voices talking back and forth to each other from like scene to scene. So I
interesting.
had to go in and make that, take that approach with it. Even when it comes to the images, like AI will give me an image, but sometimes I'll go like, no, that's not what I'm imagining it is. So it's cool to be like kind of a creative director where I can sort of just work with AI to create all these incredible things, and then I
Yeah.
kind of bring it all together in the post production.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Uh,
That's perfect. Because like you
well,
said, you would normally need a whole team,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
now it's just like you
Just
and
me and
AI.
ChatGPT. We're
Yeah.
buds.
Yeah, exactly. We're buds. And,
We fight sometimes, but
and if we make money, we don't have to split. We're good.
yeah, we could. You just keep giving ChatGPT his cut, and then we're good. Whatever it is for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's I gotta ask you the one question because it's the question that I ask every single guest on the podcast, and I always do it like towards the end of the podcast because we're like creeping up on 8. I'm gonna make dinner soon.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was a fast hour.
Yeah,
Jeez.
man, everything fucking flies. But we'll come back on and hang for sure.
Yeah, I would love
Um,
that for sure.
yeah. So the one question essentially is what advice would you give to your younger self? But instead, I want you to think of you at 15 years old. Imagine yourself at 15 years old, what you were doing, where you were at the time, what you thought life was. And the phone rings and it's you now on the other end, and you could give your younger self a piece of advice. It's not going to change your life at all. Your life stays the same. The decisions have already been made that led you to this point. But you could say something to this alternate reality 15-year-old Dylan.
Okay, I was gonna say like I mean change anything, and I'm not the person who I am today. But
Yeah. I
I think yeah, when I think back to what grade is 15?
think that's like 10, grade 10 maybe.
Okay.
All right.
Um, I guess my advice would be like don't let the bullies get you down. Because that was definitely a time when the bullies were getting to me, and now it's like, man, that's the shit that they made fun of me about. It's like I don't like I feel silly because I got so hurt by it because it like the things they were saying doesn't define who I am or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, and that would be the only thing, really. Just don't let the bullies get you down and just keep trying to be yourself, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Act
that
other people.
not caring what people think is huge.
Yeah, it's taken a while to get to a point where like I mean, like there's definitely things that will get to me, but it doesn't get to me like it did back then, right?
Right.
So
It has to cut a little deeper for it to get to you now.
yeah, well, I mean, I but and I guess another what was don't let the bullies get you down and just be yourself because that was another thing I struggled with growing up that I don't necessarily struggle with now is like just always trying to fit in instead of just
Hmm.
fitting in, right? And so that was yeah, those things made me lose hair for sure. The bullies and the trying to fit in. My hairline wouldn't be so receded. But
Nah, you're good, man. You got a fucking ponytail.
I
You
know,
know,
dude.
you know how many
3 years
dudes are
in the
on a plane to
making.
Turkey right now trying to get their plugs?
I know that's a booming thing right now, actually.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
Um,
funny. I'm actually like last thing here. I'm doing
yeah,
a
yeah.
raffle. I'm doing a raffle on BIGO for
I was
every
gonna
100.
share.
What's that?
So I was just about to share. People can go check you out on BIGO. This is your
Yeah,
BIGO
for sure.
ID, Dill
We can
Pickle.
yeah, and honestly the profile on BIGO looks a lot better.
On the
So
on the app. Yeah, yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
But I'm doing a raffle where there's, people can send me 100 diamonds, and for every 100 diamonds that they send, they get an entry into my raffle, and the winner of the raffle gets to choose what haircut I get.
Oh,
So it's I've got people who want me to go bald. I've got people
I
who want
love
me to have
that.
like a mohawk or like a
Fuck.
Joe Dirt
A
mullet.
mullet would be hilarious. Like if you just shave the sides of your head.
Dude, see,
And
you might
then
want to get in on this
longer. I
too.
might
Just
go buy 100
$100.
diamonds to get the say in this.
I
Now I
can't.
get the appeal. Bigo
Yeah,
has been explained. That's all you had to say.
yeah, exactly. I wish actually I had my phone
Oh,
duplicated on my computer
brightness
because it
is
would be a
kind of,
lot easy. Yeah, it's gonna fuck it. That's the
yeah,
only
yeah.
thing. If I get
It's just
closer
showing like a dude smiling with a little stuffy.
with a dino, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
me with my long hair, but you can't see
Oh,
the
I
text at
could I
all.
couldn't see that it was you.
It's
Oh,
not
that's
gonna
so
show.
funny.
The
Nice,
camera's
nice, nice.
shit. But maybe next time I'm on, I can show the profile. But you can just go to Bigo Live, download the app on the App Store, Bigo Live, and then search up DYL Pickle, Dill Pickle, and that's you'll find me there.
That's what I'll do.
Um,
I'll take like I'll go to the profile, I'll take a screenshot, and I'll just overlay that text on
Yo, that'd be
on the screen.
perfect. That'd be
I'll
perfect.
throw it up in post.
Yeah, unfortunately, my camera is on the older side. This is a camera I used when I first started streaming like 10 years ago. So,
Buddy, go to Amazon. There's some incredible deals right now
what
on
camera are you
webcams.
using right now? When
It's
is it?
it's just a simple like HD. I'll send you the link. There's
Dude, please.
it has like a little ring light thing on it. I have other lights set up here, but like I have two lights set up on each side that kind of direct in so that I can get
Yeah,
light
that's
behind
kind
me and
of, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just have the ring light on the webcam in front of me.
And then did you have to play with the settings at all to tweak the colors?
In Zoom, I had to put it on like HD mode and then like original ratio because it was like really zoomed up. But it's cool. It
Oh,
has a
okay.
microphone, so if like my mic ever stopped working, like that does have a microphone on it. That's pretty good. So
Okay. Man, I'll have to check it out because maybe mine's just not HD. Because like I just saw what it looks like. It
you might
looks
have to. It might also
like
be just be a Zoom setting too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it could literally be a Zoom setting. Like I bet if you hit the up arrow next to the video setting, and then hit video settings, and then clicked on HD,
Wait, how did I get to the video settings before?
it's
Wait a
that
minute.
little like up arrow that's next
Oh,
to the
there it is.
video.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's way off to the left. And then sorry, you said HD?
Yeah, video settings, and then under your camera, it'll say original ratio, HD, and mirror my video. For people listening, this is a Zoom tutorial.
Yo, yes,
I'm just
thank
gonna chop
you.
this out and upload
Johnny
it separately.
Rogers.
How to turn on HD video. I'll just upload that as a separate clip. You know those like how-to software
Yeah.
videos?
There you go. Some more views.
Two in one.
I'm not even seeing. Uh-oh, I think I found it.
It'd be hilarious if it just completely changes your camera and makes it like
Wait, okay, you said video rendering method?
No, no, no. I just
Oh,
said
come on.
you hit video settings
Yeah,
after the arrow, and
yeah,
then under the video tab, which it should automatically take you
yeah.
there,
I'm
you
there.
should see camera, and it'll tell you what your camera is. And then below that, it'll say original ratio, HD, or mirror my video. And you would just click on HD in the
No,
center.
see, I don't have those settings. What?
Oh, weird. You got to update your Zoom, buddy.
I guess so. I'm just using the website. Is that the problem?
Oh, that's probably the problem. Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
You got to
I
download
see.
the Zoom app. That's probably what it is. Yeah, I bet the website is different.
Yeah, I don't have those options that you're talking about. That's why I'm like,
We'll get
wait.
you the Zoom app for the next one.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely down to do this again. It's been awesome chatting with you, dude. And
Yeah, you too, man.
I really do hope we can do it again. I don't want to
Yeah.
hold you up from going to eat. When
Yeah,
when
we're gonna
do you know
sign
when you're
off,
gonna
but
post this?
I it won't be for a little while because I have a couple podcasts in the bank that I need to get posted out. Unless when
Gotcha.
did you say the raffle was?
It's like April 10th. I'll be doing it.
April 10th. So I could actually just move. I haven't started editing the next podcast. There's one coming out on the 4th. Okay, then that would be
It's not a rush, dude.
it
It's
wouldn't be
not a
till
rush.
the 11th. But we can just send people to your BIGO channel and hopefully something will be going on when it comes out, but it'll probably be closer to the end of April.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. We
Yeah.
always have stuff going on Bigo. It's we try and do lots of events and stuff like that to help promote new hosts and then, get some beans flowing for people as well. So,
Hell yeah, man.
um
And I'll hit you
dude,
up too if I'm back in Brockville to see if you're around.
yeah, please do. Well, you can just hit me up on Facebook. I use that
Yeah,
now. So
yeah.
I never
I saw you
used
had
it
two
before.
accounts though. I never know which one to message.
Well,
This
now
guy's
now you
got two
know. The other
accounts.
one just I don't know. You
It's just
can
an early
just
one from the
unfollow it.
ether.
Yeah. I was supposed to have created a new account to delete that one, and then I just
And then
never
it just
deleted that
duplicated
one.
it. How nice. All right, man. Well, hope you have a good rest of your night. It's always good chatting with you.
Yo, thanks, man. I look forward to chatting the next time.
All right, peace, buddy.
Peace.